The Lakers are seriously in deep trouble. They lost a game against the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the Dallas Mavericks had a 5-game losing streak. All right, 5-game losing streak. They lost 3 of their superstars all out from injuries. Daniel Gafford, Kyrie Irving, and Luka Doncic are all out from injuries. You would think without the key star players on the Dallas Mavericks, they would have easily won this game.
Oh, well, of course.
So the Lakers had a rough start going against the Mavs, and you would think this game would be an easy sweep. First quarter itself, they scored 27 points. Second quarter, the 23 points, and the Mavs kicked up, scored 31. And then that's when you start to see the shift change. Now, final score was 118-97. Mavs won by 21 points. It just goes to show that Lakers really don't have any type of field of where they're going, okay? The guidance on the Lakers is completely ridiculous. Every time they like to do this when they end up losing a game, they never like to point fingers at who's the blame of the game itself. Anthony Davis played a decent game. Again, from the field goal percentage was really bad, 7 of 18. LeBron went 50% from the field goal line, 1 for 4 from the 3, 6 from 12 from the field goal, 18 points. And those were literally the top scorers of the game. Bron and AD. Everybody else was no-go. Austin Reeves did a little 15 points. Max Christie did 12. Pretty much really it. And you can just tell that the team itself needs some type of guidance. Charles Barkley was the first one to talk about how bad and how poorly the Lakers play. He even displayed the fact that JJ Redick is really not a great coach. Now, we can all agree, right? JJ Redick is an average basketball player, average coach, if you will. Not really doing much from that standpoint at all. But when you look at it, it's just like the team itself is just not in a good position. You would really think the Mavs would have got spanked at least by 20 points, probably even more, without any of their star players on the field. I mean, besides P.J. Washington, who did 22 points. He was literally one of the top scorers of the actual game itself. Him and Quentin Grimes, who was actually a bench player coming off the bench, for him to be the top scorer of the game, it just shows how deadly the Mavs can really be without their key players. Now, would imagine if they had Kyrie and Doncic on the court, this would have been a complete blowout. I mean, it already was, but if they had them on the field, they would have had 30 plus points probably going into the third or the fourth quarter. So again, every time the Lakers lose a game, no one likes to point fingers at LeBron or likes to point fingers at anybody else. And I love that he brought this up because Charles Barkley brought this up on NBA TNT.
It's always somebody else's fault. Remember 3 years ago, it was Russell Westbrook's fault. Then it was Frank Vogel's fault. Then it was D'Angelo Russell's fault. Then it was Darvin Ham's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. The Lakers listen, LeBron is one of the all-time greats. AD is a hell of a player. That's it.
Everyone else is thriving. Darvin Ham is back with the Milwaukee Bucks. Literally just won the in-game tournament not too long ago. Okay, so, I mean, the NBA Cup. Yeah, the NBA Cup not so long ago. Everyone else that left the Lakers are thriving. But so happily being on the Lakers is like a crutch or a curse for that matter. I just really think at some point ESPN, all these sport channels, all these sport organizations need to start taking Lakers accountable and speaking the truth. Stop blaming it on, oh yeah, they had back-to-back games, or oh, you know, maybe they didn't feel like playing that hard today, or like all that goofiness. They always like to make an excuse or find a scapegoat. They don't never want to address what's really the issue. And I'm glad that Charles Barkley spoke about this because this needed to be said. This happens way too often. When any other team go through the same situation, they get crucified, they get smeared campaigns about it. But when the Lakers go through something, they say, oh, you know, it's just a few games, you know, it's not too bad. But this is a real occurring problem. Lakers really do suck.